Oh, hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And Halloween Kills update. Woo!
I like it. You'll get your rent when you pay for this goddamn door.
Shit.
Goddamn you Micah!
It's real simple. What we got to talk about tonight. What we have to talk about tonight is they announced that Halloween Kills is going to debut on Peacock.
Get on the cock. That's what that should be their slogan, dude. That should be their slogan.
Peacock, hop on the
You
cock.
can kind of do it with a wink wink. It'd be like, hey, Halloween Kills premiering in theaters October 15th and on Peacock. Get on the cock. I'll tell you what, I know there's been some divisiveness with this news. I did see some things on Facebook,
It's
Reddit,
a tricky one, Steve.
on 4chan. I don't go there. Who's that? But I have seen some people getting really pissed off about this. Look, I'll say this just real quick. The movie's coming out. We should all be happy. Fuck it. Like, I don't care if you're gonna stream it at home or if you're gonna go to the theater and enjoy it with the hundreds that'll be there, or maybe 50 people that'll be there. But nonetheless, the movie's gonna be released October 15th. And you know what? I will say something else. I think it's pretty cool of Blumhouse to do this, release it on streaming. You know, especially with certain things going on in the world that we know. And I think that they're doing a serviceable act. A charitable act towards their fans, more so than other companies have done on Disney, but they're doing it, I think, in good faith and goodwill. So that's cool.
That's where you're going with on this one, huh?
I do. I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Let me tell you something.
Get on my cock.
Let me tell you something.
Come on, sit on my lap.
I just got one question. One question.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck
Is it called Peacock?
did you delay the movie? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Why did you delay the movie when you were going to release it for streaming anyway?
I feel like the answer
What
to that...
was the point?
I feel like the answer to that is because they thought it was going to get cleared up. I think that they thought everything was going to be A-okay by the time it rolled around now.
But, I mean, as far as movie theaters go, it kind of is. Like, it kind of is cleared up as far as movie theater goes. Like, don't get me wrong.
There's things called Delta, not the airline.
I understand. By the way, how bad would it be to be Delta Airlines in this moment?
God.
The CEO for Delta Airlines was taking a painful shit while he read that. He's like, they called it Delta!
Son of a bitch, I'm gonna have to call it Felta.
But, yeah, dude, like, I just... My whole thing is... I'm happy for the group of people who are still afraid to go to the movie theater.
Immunized, compromised people, for sure.
Right, absolutely. Happy for them, for sure. And I get that. But on the other hand, like, dude, like, I've been in the movies fucking 25 times.
Really? Can I get your autograph? You've been in the movies?
Yeah, big deal.
We were in Grave Encounters too. Yeah, that's right. Claim to fame. Put that on IMDb.
But, like, at the same time, it's like, you delayed the movie for a year, and your whole pitch was... Because this movie needs to be seen on the big screen in Halloween. It's Halloween in October. You gotta see it in the big screen.
You're starting to sound like Jack. You go, this town needs an enema.
But like that was your whole thing. That was your whole spiel. And now you're like, gosh, movies are and movies in the theaters are doing well. Like the box office is good.
Shang-Chi just broke box office records. Now I will say that, but we got to look at it in one particular thing. The movie industry is not the same as it used to be. The theater experience is not the same as it used to be. What I think Shang-Chi did over Labor Day weekend was like $70 million, which is good. It's a big deal. But if it were 2018, you're talking about probably 150, 160 million. So they had to adjust what is acceptable as a box office hit versus what it used to be measured by. Now, saying that, does it make any sense that they delayed it? Probably not. I think we had talked with Sir Christopher Nelson, Academy Award winning Christopher Nelson. Jones. Yeah, but we've talked to him several times, and I think the first conversations that we had with him back on the channel was he felt that was just that was going to happen. Like the streaming service was going to be the premier format either way. But as far as them delaying it. I don't think it was about anything other than they thought, and most people did think that by 2021, especially fall of 2021, that at least most things would be under control, and it's really not gotten under control like in the way that we expected.
In a sense.
So I think that they're thinking like, hey, well, David Gordon Green had said it's not going to be delayed anymore. Like it's going to come out one way or the other. He said that way back a few months ago. So I honestly think in the back of their minds they were already thinking we're going to release it on a streaming platform. Maybe they were working out a deal with Peacock, get on the cock early on in the background. Because you know what?
It's like EA Sports. Is it the
You
Peacock,
get on that cock. Get on that cock. You got to say it. Peacock, get on the cock. But yeah, and look, for what is it, $5.99 or $10.99 to jump on and get it for a month and watch it?
Well, I also don't know. Someone said they're charging extra to do it.
No.
Like you don't just have to have the thing.
So I don't. Okay, here's what I read. I have Peacock as well, and I have a wiener. But I do have Peacock.
You do have a pea-sized
I
cock.
do have it.
I can confirm it.
I hate peas, but Mike loves them. That's why he eats it all the time. My wiener.
Kobayashi.
But no, what I read though about Peacock is that specifically, I have it for free. But if $5.99 is the it's the Paramount Plus version of it, so you get a little ad or 1 or 2 ads during the film or 3 ads, $10.99 ad free. So. What they did say though is if you sign up for Peacock, you can watch Halloween Kills on October 15th at no additional charge.
Okay.
So it's just like HBO Max. Okay. So you sign up for the service and you're gonna be able to watch that flick. Now, is this gonna bolster Peacock? I don't fucking know. Look, probably not. I would have.
Peacock just paid fucking big money, big fucking money.
They turned out their wives.
David Gordon Green's
for this.
The Exorcist sequels. They just put out huge money for that. So they're dipping hard.
Who owns it?
Universal.
Oh, they own it? Okay, yeah. I thought an actual Peacock owned it.
I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg owns it.
But here's the thing about it though. Like so and again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm mad about it. I don't care. Like I'm gonna go to the theater and watch it because I want to see it with fans and I want to see it in the theater. And then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna watch it again. So for me, just a personal decision for me, it's good. I can watch it in the theater, I can watch it at home. Cool. So I'm not mad. Like I don't care. And as far as what I said about why did you delay it in the first place, I'm kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth there because at the same time, when last October, when the theaters mostly were shut down, so they couldn't release it in theaters and on a streaming platform.
Yeah.
So actually, that kind of does make sense.
Yeah, they're getting the double buck.
But you can't help but think about it. But what I'm saying in the end, if I'm saying anything, is that I don't care as a fan. I love it. I need to try it first.
I don't know what that is.
It's that Coke Zero commercial. I need to try it first.
Oh, God, yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. I don't care at all. I can give a baker's fuck what they do with the movie as long as it's coming out. So I'm happy it's coming out. But if you're looking at it from a business point, I'm like, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Yeah. Because look, there's no fucking doubt that your box office is at least going to take a ding, right? Mm-hmm. There's definitely a percentage of people who are going to watch it at home and not pay for the movie ticket. So the box office is definitely going to take a ding. Number 2, piracy obviously is a thing. The second that bitch comes out, not only are you not going to have to get Peacock, you're not going to have to buy a movie ticket, you're just going to have to go on one of those streaming sites and download it or watch it for free. So here's what I'm thinking they're thinking. And this scares me a little bit. It doesn't scare me. It's not my fucking movie. But they announced it right after the Venice premiere when the reviews came out and they were half negative. 56% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know where you're going. I don't like this.
They waited to announce
Get off that negative path.
It was days after the movie came out at the Venice Film Festival and got negative reviews.
Yeah, from assholes.
Sure, and I disagree with them. But then they decide to announce... Okay, it's going. So what could they be doing? And I'm not talking about Blumhouse. I'm not talking about David Gordon Green, obviously Jamie Lee Curtis, anybody like that. But Universal could have thought, okay, it got mostly negative reviews at Venice Film Festival. So let's do this. Let's put it on Peacock. We already have Halloween Ends is in the books, so it really doesn't affect us fans, right? Like Halloween Ends is coming either way. Could it affect the future of the franchise? That's a different little piggy. But they thought, okay, it got negative reviews for the most part when it came out. Now, if we put it on Peacock and it does poorly at box office, maybe because of reviews, I don't know. If it does poorly in the box office, then we'll say, oh, it's because we put it on. Oh, hang on. It's because we put it on streaming.
Yeah.
Right? And if it does halfway decent at the box office, they'll go, oh my God, could you imagine if we put it in fucking theaters only? So it's a win-win for them. But what I'm thinking about as a fan is, A, what are we going to do with Halloween Ends? B, is the experience of watching it at home going to lessen it a bit so that people aren't going to love it as much as they would have been if it was in theaters? And finally, C, what does it mean for the future of the Halloween franchise?
And finally, D, get on the cock.
Shut up.
Get on that cock.
If it doesn't do well in theaters, and they say it's because of Peacock, fine. But who's to say what's going to happen with Halloween Ends? We're right in the middle of Delta and all this shit. Halloween Ends is only a year away. So let's say we do the same thing with Halloween Ends, and Halloween Ends gets even worse box office numbers. And then what you're looking at is this stalemate where Trancas and these people who own Halloween go, we're trying to get another movie made, but the box office wasn't there, right? So the box office wasn't there, so we can't get this big deal with Universal or whatever. Do they decide to fucking go to Netflix next? And then we're not even talking about a movie theater? Do they decide to go the dark route and go VOD? I'm sure it won't happen. I'm talking crazy a little bit right now. I'm getting a little crazy with the stick, Joseph Gordon-Levitt H2O. But business-wise, if I was in charge of Halloween, I wouldn't have fucking done it.
First off,
as a fan, I don't give a shit.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think that the reason why it's going to be fine is because those negative reviews are going to drive sales. It's going to drive tickets because, first off, let me tell you something. Halloween 2 came out in 1980. It got 35% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
They didn't have Rotten Tomatoes then.
Yeah, dude, you look it up. 35% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
It didn't exist then.
It didn't exist then.
That's people going back now.
Fine. Either way, it was still considered a rotten movie. Fine. If it was like whenever Rotten Tomatoes premiered and they reviewed these movies, they gave it 35% rotten. Audience score was way higher. That's my point. Rotten Tomatoes is a piece of shit, dirty diaper that nobody really pays attention to either way. But the fact that they're making such a big deal about it and Halloween Kills is trending because of Peacock, it's going to drive audiences to go see the flick. Now, whether or not the theaters suffer, it probably will because of the release on streaming. Here's the reality, and I think that Christopher Nelson knew this. I think a lot of other people knew this as well. The writing is on the wall. The theater experience is not going to be the same as it was back in 2018. It's just really not. We are already in the midst of a change. So what I think happens is Halloween Kills will make its money at the theaters. Probably not as much because even if it released exclusively in theaters...
Definitely not as much.
Yeah, but even if it released exclusively in theaters, it may not have made what they thought it could make if it was pre-COVID. Now, releasing it on a streaming platform, seeing it at home, if you're a massive Halloween fan or just a general horror fan, like at all, it's something really cool to be able to flick on the TV, sit down with your bowl of popcorn with your loved ones or whatever, and go into the fridge and get yourself a soda and watch a badass horror film, especially if you have a great theater set up at your home. Now, I'm not saying that I want to see theaters disappear. Absolutely not. I think that what they're doing is a smart business move. They understand that despite the vaccines that are moving out and certain other things that are positive that are going on, that they just don't think the world's going to get back to where it was because people are always going to have an innate fear to go and see things or be around a bunch of people. That's just the way that it works. I mean, that's evolution of media. And also before that, there was already a move to do this to begin with. Just like the DVD that is now a dying dinosaur and everything is going to streaming, this is a way for the studios to push streaming platforms, to push these movies out. I think business-wise, this has been going on behind the scenes for years. It's just now, they almost have like an excuse to do it even faster and to mark it up. Whether or not, the only thing I'm like, what the fuck is going on is people getting mad about it. Who gives a shit? If you like the movie and you feel safe, go see it in the theaters. Look, if you feel unsafe, stay at home and watch it.
Yeah. Now that I get where you're going for that. Like, and that's what I said. Like, as a fan, I don't care. I'm gonna go to the theater and watch it.
I'm just glad it's coming out,
and I'm happy that people who are scared to go to the theater get the chance to watch it. So, like, me as a fan, you as a fan, good thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, like, from a business point of view, I think it's fucking stupid. But it's fucking stupid because it would have been so easy to just say, and I'm thinking from the Blumhouse Universal point of view, not from my point of view. I don't care. It's awesome for us. We get to do a fucking commentary. By the way, make sure you subscribe, click the bell, all that
get to have a good time
because we will have a commentary for Halloween Kills
fun, man.
Days after it releases.
That's cool though. That's like the future.
That's awesome.
It's the future.
Great for us. But I'm just thinking about Halloween and the brand of Halloween, and when I think about that, I think it's fucking dumb. I think it's fucking dumb because it would have been so easy to just go in the middle and just fucking put the thing on Peacock in 2 weeks. Like, if you just look, it's pretty. I think it's fucking simple math. I think if you put the movie in theaters for 2 weeks and you say it'll be on Peacock in 2 weeks, if you're scared to go to the theater, it'll be there, and then you don't have to worry about piracy. You still get your box office.
Well, you have to worry about piracy either way. You're releasing on streaming
2 weeks later, yeah.
But still streaming.
But that first glippity glop of people who are going to go, none of those people are going to stream it. They're going to go to the fucking theater to see it. I think it's insane, and I think it's universal, in my opinion, that ties to NBC, Peacock, whatever it is. I think that they sold out because they need their streaming service to work because that's the future. And they basically sold Halloween Kills to the wolves, in my opinion. They said that the streaming part's more important. This will help the streaming thing. We just spent hundreds of millions of dollars on David Gordon Green's Exorcism movies, or the Exorcist movies. We're going fucking balls deep. And maybe in that sense, it's a good decision for them. But I think for the brand of Halloween, is it a big deal? Maybe, probably not. But is it this? If you were looking at this solely from the position of, is it good for the Halloween brand or not? I think it's a bad thing.
Well, I don't know, because I don't think it's bad. I mean, I don't think they sold them to the wolves. I think that they understand and they appreciate how like that franchise. They pumped millions of dollars into the franchise alone. They've given Blumhouse complete creative control.
What's better for the franchise?
But creative control over the whole thing. They've let them rewrite the history of Michael Myers, one of the iconic characters, period, of horror. They've let them do this. I think what they're thinking is that, look, yes, you're absolutely right. They think that this is going to drive sales for streaming, and it will. What I also think is that they understand that they're not going to completely disregard theaters. It's not like they said it's only going to exclusively be out on VOD. If they had done that, that would be a little death rattle to the Halloween franchise. I don't think it's fair to release it only on VOD. Just like I also, in my opinion, do not think it's fair in this particular time that we're in to release it exclusively in theaters. Look, I still have apprehension about going to the movie theater. They've in some of the theaters the one theater I went to, they already discontinued the 6 feet apart shit and the plexiglass. Most of it's gone, and I don't really, and I understand. It has nothing to do with your feelings on the particular virus that's spreading. We're not here for a political debate.
And again, I'm very happy for those people. By the way, that's all I'm saying, though. I'm very happy for the people who are apprehension that they get to go see it at home. Happy for them.
Yeah. So my point being is that, for me, at least, I think it's a good olive branch in trying to bring together the theater and the VOD streaming, at least in a way that makes sense. Now, yeah, of course, they could have waited 2 weeks, and 2 weeks would have been okay. 2 weeks wouldn't have stopped piracy, in my opinion, because piracy is going to be piracy no matter what. I used to, and I don't know, not that I did it, but a guy named JoJo, fucking one time, a couple of times, like a movie came out in the theater, and really, JoJo, goddamn JoJo, and it was low quality.
He made a machine.
Yeah, he did, but JoJo made it go. Blew the whole damn thing apart. But goddamn JoJo would get that fucking stream, and it would be shitty quality, but could still watch it when it hit the theaters. So piracy's always going to be around. Jack Sparrow's on the
But it's like 500% more apt to happen when you get an HD
My
version.
point being is that I like what they're doing here, but and again, I've already stated this before, so I don't want to keep going over and retreading ground, but the main thing about it is the people that are getting mad about it and getting so upset, listen, would you rather have them delay the motherfucker till 2022?
I don't think there's any
like
reason
if they were like, yeah, I know, but
there's
some people were like, oh, good way to kill your box office. Fuck this. What would you rather do? So you would rather us wait another fucking year. What's worse? Wait another year to 2022 for Halloween Kills and delay it, or let it go on streaming and theater release at the same time?
I think the answer there is D, friend, and it's let it go on streaming in 2 weeks after release.
No, but I think they didn't want to do that because look, they probably made a backdoor deal, which is not even a backdoor deal. They probably made a deal with Peacock, which is that's a business decision. Yeah, they fucked them in the butt.
It's a total business decision.
Yeah, and that's fine. But they're a company that knows what they're doing as far as like they want to take their franchise and do something else. It'd also be a very, what's really interesting, and also very Spock-like, now it's like intriguing, to sit back and watch what happens, because there's one or two things are going to happen. It's going to be successful with a franchise like Halloween Kills, where they both perform really well in theater and streaming, and a lot of other horror movies or other films will follow this particular diagram that they've laid out. Mm-hmm. Or it goes badly, and then they're going to be like, no, we can't do that anymore. So it's an experiment, I think. I think that's what they're doing, and I think overall, I will just say this. I'm not a business guy. I'm not in Hollywood. I don't know what goes on and how they deal with numbers and all that bullshit. All I will say is that I'm just happy the fucking thing has not been delayed again. And David Gordon Green, true to his word, it was going to come out one way or the other. It could have been just streaming. If Delta had really fucked us in the ass, it would have been no theaters and it would have just been on VOD. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I think everybody would be like, I get to watch it though.
Yeah.
I get to watch it. So
could have watched it a year ago though.
We could have, and I said, we covered that. I think that back last year we were talking about like you guys could have just released it. It was cool that they had a year off to like kind of tweak some things and things like that.
I will say though, it's nice to have the option though. Mm-hmm. Like last year, I don't know if you had the option to watch it in theaters at all. So as much as I talk shit about like you could have just released it.
No, you're putting an opposite side of it. That's good.
The truth is that like we may not have been able to watch it in theaters at all last October. So I do get why they pushed it back. For me, as a business person, I would go, no, man, fucking put it on Peacock in 2 weeks. Like, that seems like the perfect middle ground. I don't understand the business decision, but I just want to reiterate one more time. I don't fucking care. I get to watch Halloween Kills, and we get to do a commentary. It's better for us. Yeah, it's better for us, but I don't think it's a good business decision. But really, the fun thing about that, Jim, is it's not our decision to make.
Yeah, that's the best part.
And if you're mad about it, don't be, because, hey, you get to watch the movie the fucking way.
If it was our decision, but like, we're only going to be showing exclusively at our house, and you have to come in.
I think it's going to affect box office, and I think it's going to fucking dick box office.
Well, we'll see.
I think Piracy, plus the fact of all the people, and I'm not talking about that small percentage of people who still don't want to go to the movies. I'm talking about a big fucking percentage.
There's a big percentage of people that don't want to go to the movies. It's not that small.
Again, look at fucking Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi did, but it also the China market, like, it opened high.
I don't, just from personal experience, like, look, and I'm vaccinated and I wear my mask and I do all that stuff, but
you fucking anti-liberty asshole.
For personal experience, man, I've been to the movies 20 goddamn times, and every single time I go, there's like 7 people there, and they got fucking squeegee stations everywhere, and you can get your food beforehand, so you don't have to get around all these other people. And like, it's like, to me, like, I'm not fucking Dr. Fauci over here, but I'm telling you right now, every single time I've gone to the movie theater, I haven't felt not safe a single fucking time.
You went to the upscale one. I went to the downscale one. My motherfucker looked like Michelle Pfeiffer, Dangerous Minds takes her kids to it from the ghetto classroom. Like, there was no goddamn squeegees of
but you said it yourself, there was like 4 people there.
Yeah,
like,
4. Well, that also was an indicator for me. It was like, well, not that many people want to go see the movie, even though it's a brand new
movie theater, though.
Maybe. But either way, point being is, like, don't get upset about it. It's going to be okay. And the good news is that if you've got somebody in your family that is, they have a medical issue that you don't want to risk it, totally understandable.
And happy. Totally understandable. So happy for those people.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a good thing. Yeah. But as far as, like, the film itself, like, I feel like Mike and I were happy that the film's coming out regardless. I don't give a shit which format it comes out, as long as I get there, like, day one to watch it. I don't give a fuck, but we had to say something, because I know that in the comments someone's gonna be like, "Oh, what you guys think about this?" I was like, "Well, we'll tell you, like, right now." But either way,
interesting conversation.
We're not business guys. We don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, the good news is it's coming out on October 15th, and in this way, everybody gets to see it, which is A-okay.
Yeah, and that's basically where I land too. It's fucking awesome for everybody. Really happy for the people who were scared to go to the theater or who had those issues or whatever, and I understand that too. But at the end of the day, do I think it was a good business decision? No. But is it good for fans? Fucking sure.
You know what's weird?
As long as the bad box office that comes from this doesn't impede future Halloween movies, then it's good for all.
Yeah, and you know what's weird? And again, I know this is unpopular. I know I'll get hate. And you'll be like, "Why are you wearing a red shirt? You look like that motherfucker from State Farm." I know, Jake. But I will say, streaming has come a long way from what it used to be, where it was all glitchy and shitty, and there was a lot of problems with it. It's come a long way. It's improved quite a bit. And to be honest, I think overall, streaming and releasing flicks on stream, not exclusively, but allowing the option to theater or not, is a good. There's been a lot of people out there, and I'm talking about pre-COVID. And I'm not trying to do a soapbox situation here, but there's been a lot of people out there that could never go to the theater because of certain medical situations. And I feel like this is a good thing. And if this is the future, as far as, I want the theaters to survive almost 100%. I mean, I do. I mean, for sure. But I feel like if this is the future and the technology has advanced enough to release good quality streaming services and picture quality alongside a theatrical release of a big film, those people that, like, maybe, in wheelchair, like somebody that was really, really bad off, I feel like this is a good thing. Well, and I'm not, and again, it's not about getting on a soapbox, and if you feel one way or the other about, like, they should 2 weeks, fine, I get that too, I understand. I just feel like it includes everybody. Like, if it released the same day, everybody's included.
I'll say this too. If I was the head of Universal or the head of one of these companies, here's what I would say. I'd say,
Blueversal.
Fine, let's do this. Let's do this. Like, I agree with that. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with it. But I think we should do it for every fucking movie. Like, so then we have a fair playing field. If we're gonna do it,
I would.
every movie gets released on some streaming platform the same day as it goes to theaters.
Agreed.
And then the box office numbers are playing in a fair playing field.
Right, and I agree.
Right?
I agree 100%. I feel
you can't have Shang-Chi only go to theaters and then make fucking buttloads.
But that's Disney.
And then,
well, yeah, and Disney butt fucks Black Widow. But my point being, that's some shady ass dealings with Disney. You know, who would have thought Disney?
And then you can't don't charge $30 fucking for it. If you're gonna put it on a streaming service that people are paying for, fucking put it on the goddamn streaming service.
I 100% agree. I think that across the board, just make it a level playing field. All studios should make an agreement with streaming services as well as theater releases and do it across the board. I think that we're at a point now in technologically, I think we could do that easily.
I'm down for that.
But yeah, so either way, Halloween Kills comes out October 15th. You fucking...
We reached an agreement!
You shady fucks!
For the whole movie studio world!
That was the first time we've reached an agreement in like 2 years.
We fixed it for you. You're fucking welcome. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button. Thanks for clicking the like button too. That really does help this channel out if you enjoyed what you watched today. And we love your fucking faces, and we're gonna be all deep inside of Halloween fucking Kills. You ain't
We're gonna do a commentary, guys.
Nothing fucking like it.
But the only way you can get that commentary is you gotta slide onto the cock.
Yeah. Jump on the cock.
Jump on the cock. Get on that sock.
But fuck the dog.
Go roll on a rock.